In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to select the fantasy filter on your Panasonic G85, what settings to use, shooting your footage, importing your footage into Davinci, and then applying my LUTs to that footage. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is make sure your camera is set up correctly to shoot with the fantasy filter. Alright, so here are my normal settings. I always have it on M. I don't even worry about this, but I make sure I have it on M with the video camera. The next thing I do is make sure my ISO is at 200, and we want to go to menu, and this is where it's located at. I know I get a lot of questions on if it's in the camera, how do I find it, but under motion picture, you see right here, let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, that's motion picture. Here are all your settings. So you go to motion picture, select filter settings, click that. It's going to say filter effect, and you go to set, and then you get to choose which one you want. There are a lot of different ones, but all we want is just the fantasy filter. So once you select it, this is what your footage is going to look like. Alright, once you select it, this is what your footage is going to look like. It's going to have that bluish tint to it. So next, we're going to, let's see if I get in focus. Click the white balance right here. I don't know why. I just should have did that at the beginning. Alright, so let's get it in focus. You click your white balance, and see this? We're going to go all the way to the left. This takes out all of the saturation in the fantasy filter. So you want to make sure you do that. Once you do that, it's going to stay that way unless you change it again. So you don't have to keep doing that every single time that you do video. And so that's it. So just to recap, ISO 200, have it on M, menu, under motion picture, go to filter settings, click on that. You're gonna set and find fantasy, and make sure you turn it on. Press the shutter to go back to the main screen. Hit white balance and make sure you put it all the way to the left as far as it'll go. And that's it as far as that goes. Now let's go and shoot some footage and then import it into Davinci Resolve. Alright, so here's some imported footage into Davinci. The way I go about importing footage is pretty easy. I just go to my edit tab. So let's say this is the folder from my SD card. When you pop it in, go to wherever your where your footage is saved, and then I just drag and drop it into Davinci. Just that easy. Alright, the next thing I do is I go to color, and since this is the example I'm going to be using, we'll go into this. This is just some basic footage from a hotel we were staying at. So this is the original footage directly from the camera. As you can see, it's not bad. The thing I love about the fantasy filter over CINE-D is when you look at this, you can see none of the blacks are crushed. The biggest issue I have with CINE-D, no matter what settings I use, is you'll get these super dark blacks and there won't be any gradient to the blacks. It's just it just crushes them. So with the fantasy filter, you can see you have a more gradual tone, which is very, very much like log footage. So once you import it into Davinci, you click on color to start to color grade it. Next, you want to add your LUTs. Now, the easiest way to add LUTs to Davinci is to simply click on LUTs, click on any of the folders until you see a LUT, right click, open the file location, and then it's going to show where the LUTs are located. All you do is copy the files from the zip file that you've purchased and drag them to the folder. That's all you need to do. If you want to make a different folder, then you would just make a different folder within Davinci. It can be here, you can go up, make another one, just whatever you want. Once you've added it, simply go back here, hit refresh, and then find the folder where you saved it, and then it's going to show up. All right, so this is the first LUT. I'm not going to really go over how to color grade them since I have videos showing exactly how to do that. But once you color grade it, you can then save it if you want. I'm going to show you how to do that. So this right here, I have a few of them, but this right here was the grade I made for this. So what I did was right click and click grab still. When you click grab still, it saves it for you over here in your gallery. The great part about this is once you save it in your gallery, you can just right click and hit apply grade anytime you want to use it, and then it'll automatically go on to the footage that you're shooting. The great part about this is if I had a bunch of scenes that looked just like this, they were different clips, then I wouldn't have to grade each and every one of them. I can just use this one sample that I've graded and add it to all of them. That's the best part about it. So if you're shooting outside or doing anything of that nature and you stop footage and you shoot somewhere else and all of it is pretty much in the same lighting, then all you have to do is once you grade one clip, right click, hit grab still. It's going to save it over here in under your galleries tab, and then when you add your next clip, just right click right here and hit apply the grade. It's going to add all the adjustments you just did to that previous clip into your new clip. And really that's all there is to it. Nothing difficult at all. I pretty much taught myself the bare minimum with Davinci. I have some more complex methods that I'm going to show later on, but nothing too difficult, nothing that you couldn't do yourself. But that pretty much does it. I hope this small tutorial or small guide helps you with the camera and footage and applying my LUTs. Of course, to color grade, just simply look at my other videos that'll walk you through how to do that. But thank you so much, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.